Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about letting go of comparison and building your own confidence. Okay. So I recently did a podcast. I say recently, it was about a couple of months back. And essentially the woman where I was doing the podcast with was telling me that there are different types of confidence. Now, I always thought that confidence, you can have confidence. I basically thought that confidence was just trust alone, and it basically went for everything, like in terms of like relationships, friendships, home, whatever, work, within your body. I thought it was all a one size fits all. She broke it down to me in a way that really just my brain and allowed me to look at it. It allowed me to digest it easier and build it quicker, because I was able to compartmentalize what goes where, give each thing a rating, which was a suggestion she gave me, and then work on it. So this episode is going to be on 2 parts. I keep saying episode, it's not an episode, but whatever. We're going to do this on 2 parts. We're going to talk about comparison, we're going to talk about confidence, and then we're going to talk about how the two go hand in hand. Now, I used to be the queen of comparison town. And when I say this, I mean it, y'all, because I used to compare myself to everyone and anyone around me. I always used to feel like there was something wrong with me. And when I say compare, I was comparing my beauty in particular. And I used to feel like the standard for beauty was a European woman with blonde hair, and what was ugly was basically me. Like, if you put the two next to each other as like beautiful and then unattractive, if you had to have them as like 1 and 2, I would fit under the unattractive and then the other one would fit under the beauty or the attractive. And at some point I had to basically shatter that idea in my brain that that's not true. That is what you need to do. You need to break the idea in your mind that beauty looks like X, and whatever X is whatever it is for you, because what I might define as beautiful, you might even be a European woman with blonde hair and think that beauty looks like someone with dark skin and a big afro, or someone who looks Hawaiian or Asian or whatever it is. Like, that might be your own personal definition of beauty. So whatever it is, whoever she is or he is, wherever you got that from, you now need to rewrite your own definition of beauty, your own definition of whatever it is that you're comparing. So right now, I wouldn't say I compare myself so much anymore in terms of beauty. I think I've worked on that so much that it's almost shuffled now. So like, I view myself as very beautiful, and don't get me wrong, I have moments where if I look at someone else, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's stunning. My brain automatically goes, no, there can't be enough for 2. Then I go, no, there is. And I'm able to get it a lot quicker, because before it would take me down a downward spiral and I'd be like, you're so ugly, bitch. And it would go on like a long just path of just bullshit. And now I'm able to catch it in like seconds, which is, we give glory to God, come on now. So one thing I had to do was work on that, but this is what the downfall to this is. So I worked on it so much that I didn't realize that there were other pockets of my area that I would be comparing myself to. So it's almost like, my auntie used to always tell me, I don't believe this is 100% true, but for some it is. My auntie used to always tell me, if you go and get your boobs done, I haven't, but if you go and get your boobs done, when you do them, you're going to find something else that needs to be fixed. And then it was like, you might get your nose done, and then you'll want to get your boobs done, and then you'll want to get your bum done, and then you'll want to get this done, and then you'll want to get that done, and this changed, and that tucked, and this nipped. And it's almost like a downward spiral. Same with people who get tattoos. Like, I've had so many people that have tattoos and they're like, I just got one and then I had an itch and I had to keep getting another one. So what I'm saying is, you'll scratch one itch and then it will start itching somewhere else. So I scratched the itch of I'm not attractive, and I got that one down, and I still have moments, I'm a human, but I got that one down quite nicely. And then it shuffled, like it moved. It was like, okay, so it's no longer attraction, so let's go find somewhere else in her life where she's got a little bit of a gap. Oh, Okay, career. And then it just moved straight to my career. So when I started my first business, it was like, oh, because why have I not got 100 followers like this person does? How come I haven't reached 10k like this person does? Why haven't my community growing as fast as that person's is? Why hasn't this been good? And you'll start nitpicking at everything. And that is essentially what I did. Like, the only way we can let go of comparison is when we embrace where we are right now. And I truly believe that comparison comes from a lack of empathy towards yourself. I think it's a very human thing to compare yourself, and I don't think we should be beating ourselves up over it. I think, one, you need to learn how to shorten the time that you allow yourself to wallow in that self-pity, that you allow yourself to feel shitty about comparing, that you allow yourself to even compare, like shorten that time down. That's one thing that you need to work on. Another thing that we need to work on is, lost my train of thought. It's gone. It'll come back to me. Another thing that we need to work on is showing ourselves empathy. Like, we are not robots, okay? This is not an AI situation. We are human beings. We are flesh, we are bone, we are emotions, we are spirit. So we need to learn how to give ourselves some grace. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be perfect. No one is perfect but God. So stop trying to be perfect. But you can try your best to be an amazing human. You can try your best to be an empathetic, kind and caring being. And empathy is not just something that you give to other people, you have to give it to yourself as well. And this is one thing that I was definitely not doing. I would always say to my friends, oh my God, you're so stunning, you're so beautiful, you're amazing, blah, 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 blah. And she'd be like, no, I'm ugly. I'd be like, no, don't ever say that. Never speak to yourself like that. That's a horrible thing to say. And then I go home and be like, you ugly bitch. So it's like, you have to learn. Sorry. You have to learn how to demonstrate the same compassion and empathy that you give to other people. You have to learn how to do that for yourself. And it takes time. It is not easy. A lot of people are going to reject the idea of being nice to themselves. A lot of people are going to be uncomfortable. There's a lot of discomfort that comes with learning how to love yourself in the beginning. But when you do, baby, when you give yourself the time, the energy, the effort, the respect that you deserve, everything changes. Life changes. You view everything differently. And that is what happened for me when it came to my comparison and comparing my beauty to other women's. It's almost like in my brain I had this idea that there was not enough beauty to go around, like God sprinkled in more on them than he did on me, as if, like, you know, because she's beautiful that means I can't be, like, it doesn't subtract from my own beauty, it doesn't subtract from my energy. Like, those are things that you can replenish. So I think we have to learn to get out of this scarcity mindset, and that's kind of what it is. Like, comparison is almost like there's not enough to go around. So, you know, I have to beat this person, I have to win. Why can't I have? Why don't I have? You know, you have enough. You are more than enough. You have everything that you need. So stop comparing to an external source and compare to an internal one. And what I mean by that is, look inwards. That really, really, really helped me, especially when it came to business, because I was always comparing my business to other people's. And I had to almost have a conversation with myself and say, okay, so what does she have that you don't have? Okay, she's got 10,000 followers and you don't. Okay, ask her how long it took her to get that. I asked, it took her 4 years. I'm in my first. Babe, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not even a realistic comparison. So it's like, now you're just being mean to yourself. Now you're picking at things that just don't need to be picked. Leave the scab alone, boo-boo. Leave it alone. Let it go. Put some ointment on it. Leave it. Let it heal. Give it time. Let it go through the process. Trying to skip steps because hers looks shiny and pretty compared to yours that looks rough and in its beginning stages. Like, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You have exactly what you need. You have everything that you need to be the next best version of yourself right now, right here. I want you to really soak up what I'm about to say right now. Everything that you need, everything that you think you want to have, everything that God's about to give you that's going to be bigger and better, by the way, than what you've ever even imagined, all of that, you're going to grow it from what's already been planted inside of you. and the seed has been planted inside of you. You just need to give it the time to grow. And you're trying to get a fucking tree in a month. That's not how it works. So you have to stop looking at someone else's tree, because that might have taken them years to grow, right? In my case, it took her 4 years to get to 10k followers on Instagram. Also, that did not translate, by the way, to income going up. That did not translate to, you know, more people showing up to her events. Like, it just didn't. So you're looking at superficial surface stuff. You're comparing to other people when you should be comparing to yourself. How about you get up a board and you start tracking your own running times? You start tracking your own eating habits. You start tracking those things. Track yourself. That is so rude at the same time. Track yourself, and don't worry about the rest. Okay? Track yourself. Don't worry about the rest. That is part one. And then confidence will come with these things. So confidence, she showed me that confidence comes in different stages of your life and different areas, which is what I missed that part when I was looking at confidence. So for me, confidence was just like, okay, build trust, and then that's it, the end. You'll have confidence. And when I say trust, I mean trust in my ability to do things. But she showed me that confidence has different categories, there's different elements to it. So you can have confidence in your ability to do a really good job at work, but you don't have confidence in yourself to go to the gym. You can have confidence in your ability to be a good mother or a good father, but you don't have confidence in your ability to, I don't know, contribute towards your marriage well. You can have confidence in many different areas, and you can lack confidence in many other areas as well. So this is what she's basically telling me, like, confidence doesn't just look like, oh, you have confidence as an umbrella and then that means it kind of filters into every single cup. That's not how it works. So one thing I had to really learn was, where are the areas in my life that I'm lacking confidence? So for me, I'm single, and I don't feel like I have much confidence when it comes to talking to men. Like, I'm just a nervous wreck. But if you saw me at work, you'd think, "Raw, she's got her shit together, this woman." I do at work, but I don't when it comes to speaking to strangers. Like, I'm just uncomfortable with it. So it's like, you know, you have to find, where are you lacking confidence, and then how can you nitpick at that to grow it, to make it better, to make it stronger. And then the reason that confidence and comparison go hand in hand is because once you start to compare less to other people and focus more on yourself, you will build your confidence. You don't have the time to be looking at what Sally Ann's over there is doing. You want to be focusing on your own stuff. You want to be focusing on your own problems and your own situations and growing those things instead. And then you'll build confidence that way, because you'll be looking at all the things that where's the room for improvement in my life? Where can I grow? Where can I change? Where can I become a better person? And that's what you put your focus onto. And then from there, you'll build your confidence. You'll build your trust in your ability to show up at work. You build your trust in your ability to, you know, if you say you're going to do something, you actually do it. You build your trust in your ability to eat well, to move your body, to speak to men. You'll build your trust in your ability to do all of the things that you weren't sure that you could do. And then you'll have no one to compare yourself to, because it's like, I'm so focused on my own goal. I'm so focused on what I'm doing. I don't have time to look at other people's stuff. And that's where we're going to leave it. Till next time. Besitos.